Hey everybody, Crow back again with another video on the AtGames Legends Pinball. And the reason I'm making this video is because on May 19th, the Zaccaria Deluxe tables will be available for this. Now, I have them now because the people at AtGames were kind enough to give me a code so I can download the pack. I'll talk about the pack more a little while. I just want to talk about a couple other things that have occurred since the last time I made a video on this thing. And the first is there have been a lot of people that have been talking about, you know, when you do the OTG, when you hook up a computer and you want to hook it up for controls, there were people that were having problems with that. And, you know, I guess I had very little problems with that once I got the male to male USB connector. And some people were asking me, oh, what connector are you using? Because they said their connector we're not using. So I'll put a link to the connector I'm using in the description below. It's right off of Amazon. They're very cheap. It was like a 2-pack or something like that. But another thing that may be causing the issue with the controller may be the USB port that you're plugging it in. See, there's 2 USB ports on, let's see, there we go. 2 USB ports on here. You've got the, I guess the USB 3 over here, and the, and then there's this one, which is right next to the channel. I think it's better to plug it in this one. So if you've been trying to use the USB 3 one, which is typically, I think, where you want to plug your flash drive, try switching it to the other one and see if that works a little bit better. So that was some details I found out about, you know, hooking this up. And speaking about hooking a computer up to there, there's going to be something I'll be getting. I don't know when. I haven't actually purchased it yet, but there will be a board, which I'll talk about later in another video, that will allow you to hook up, you know, 2 displays. So you could hook up a computer with and set up like dual monitor and use this as your main monitor and this as your secondary monitor. AtGames is making a board that will allow you to do that. And when I do get that board, I will make a separate video for that. But let's talk about deluxe tables on the AtGames Legends Pinball. So I've gone back to the main menu on the AtGames Legends Pinball, over here to the App Store X. This is where you can purchase all these tables. So I do have the Zaccaria table bundle 1 through 4, which I did buy. This table packet contains around 100 tables, I believe, and that was about $25 per table pack. So if you buy all 4 of them, it's like $100, but I got it for half price. Now, they did send me a code for this. So I did not pay for this. This is the new table pack, Zaccaria Table Volume 5. This contains the 10 deluxe tables that are currently on Zaccaria Pinball, on Steam at any rate. The consoles are a little bit lagging behind. But yeah, up to the most recently released table, Farfalla Deluxe, which hasn't been released too long ago. This table pack is $50. So you're paying approximately $5 per table. So if I could click on this, do we get a little description? Yes, we got the Zaccaria Deluxe tables are the most modern versions. Okay, so yeah, if you've been watching my channel, you know what the Zaccaria Deluxe tables are. I have a video up for each and every single one of them, and so what you're getting is a more modern machine and loaded with toys, playfields, multiple level playfields and whatnot. I'll kind of go through each one of these, kind of load it up just so you could get a good look at it. I'm not going to play them all. I do have some footage of me playing them all in a static camera. Maybe I'll throw those in as just kind of filler as I'm going through here. But yeah, you are getting the 10 table packs. And somebody asked me, when they do purchase these tables, should I select them for this device or your account? And I honestly believe that if you do it to your account, it's better, because if you wind up getting multiple Legends machines, as long as you log into that account, you can access what you've purchased on any of those devices. Whereas if you download it right to the device, yeah, it's just going to be on the device, and I don't think you can. Somebody could correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you wouldn't be able to log into another device and play that stuff. So that's what you got there. So yeah, we got these 10 tables here. We'll load them all each up. We'll take a quick static look at them. I'll talk about them a little bit, maybe insert some footage. But yeah, the deluxe tables are not for everybody. They're overloaded with stuff. And this is just a little bit of a nitpick too. When you go to tables, everything's in alphabetical order. I don't think you could sort it any other way. So if I just wanted to just have a screen with just the Zaccaria Deluxe tables, I don't believe that's possible. The best you could do is filter out either the Farsight tables or the Zaccaria tables. But that's something I think could use a little bit of work. If there's a way to sort it, I'm not really privy to know what that is. Even when I hit the home button up here, again, this is where you can, this is where you can filter like the two things, but you can't, like if I were to actually play in Zaccaria Pinball, all the tables are separated out by EM, solid state, retro, deluxe, award. There's no such sorting here, and I kind of wish there was. So here we got Red Show Deluxe, and as you can see, this is the first deluxe table that Zaccaria put out. But looking at it overhead, you do get quite a different angle than playing it without the PC. And yeah, things can get a little bit, and this is one of the complaints that people would have with the deluxe tables, is that there's so much going on that you can get lost on what to do or what's flashing. Once you play it a little bit, you do start to get the hang of certain things, but these are, I don't think that these tables are ultimately beginner friendly, but you start playing a little bit and you start to understand what's going on. And maybe, you know, even for beginners, you know, it's fun just to hit the ball around a little bit. But yeah, the back glass, I like what they've done here, because normally if you were to look at these tables in the actual Steam version, and you were looking at the table, the back glass here would just be this picture, and then this display would be technically down here. But since we don't have a screen here, they've kind of put it up here, and it's nice and big. And I mean, and you still get a bunch of the artwork up there. I really like the way they did this, and I've played this for hours already, and I never really had a problem looking up, and I really like the animations that they show, and you can see it more often because you can actually look up once in a while and see it. Whereas when I play it on Steam, I have it up in the corner and I barely look at it. Again, that just might be me, and nobody else might have that problem. But yeah, here we got Red Show. This is the theme of this is you're a band. It's like an all-girl band, and you travel the country and stuff. So what I think I'm gonna do is, after I talk about each one of these tables, I'll just kind of insert a few seconds of footage of me playing it, and then we'll move on to the next table. Now, one thing I forgot to mention is what all these deluxe tables have in common. And all the deluxe tables have the LCD or the LED, not LED, like LCD monitor, like what Stern is doing, approximately like the same size even. But all of these tables have like multiple layers, a ton of toys, and usually at least one figure that interacts with the ball one way or another. And I think in this table it's this one. But Cinestar is... you might not be able to, it looks like maybe like a Arabian type table, but this is actually a movie making table, and I guess they're making a movie about something Arabian. I don't know, but there's a lot of action and cuts. So basically there's that. What I like about this table is you've got this tower in the background. You light it all up and you can shoot the spiral, and the magnets propel it all the way to the top, and you get some good points doing that. And I always like going for this tower when I play this game.
All right, folks, this is the start of something new.
And here we got the third deluxe table. That is Spooky Deluxe. Shot of the back glass here. Yeah, it's always nice to see that back glass when you look up. And I like how they, it was something they added fairly recently, the flashing lights and whatnot. So, yeah, this one is, you know, monster themed, you know, maybe Halloween themed. If you got the big Frankenstein creature in the background. And I'm going to be honest, this one is probably my least favorite of the deluxe tables. I'm pretty terrible at it. But that's just justification for me to jump in and actually play it a little bit more. And one thing I actually noticed that I'm going to mention now is that all these deluxe tables, they don't have a plain walls. You can kind of see, like, they've on the sides here, they've kind of put a little bit of artwork on the walls, and that's an option you could do in the Steam version of Zaccaria Pinball as well, although I don't think it's set that way on default. And that was actually a recent addition as of a few months ago as well. So yeah, this is a good look at Spooky. The fourth table here is Strike Deluxe. We get a good look. I like the neon on the, that looks like the neon on the back glass there. So yeah, that looks really nice. And again, I love the animations they put on the machine. And it gets crazy sometimes as you play the game. But they're pretty standard. But they do kind of put in different effects that are relevant to the theme of the tables. And then this theme, of course, is bowling. So you've got this, and you got the little bowling. Oh no, that's not there. The guy here, he'll pick up the ball. No, he doesn't put it there. Can't remember exactly what he does, but he does pick up the ball. But the big feature here is this bowling lane here on the side here, trying to knock down all the pins for a strike. So yeah, and then we got the giant bowling pins here that the ball shoots up through. But yeah, this is actually a pretty good table. I have fun with this one.
Finishing like practice, practice, and practice.
And we've got a look at Universe Deluxe. Look at the back glass over here. Yeah, some of these are really nice, and I think this is one of the nicer ones. I like that artwork. I like how they put the lights back there to make it look like his hands were kind of, you know, flashing, glowing. But yeah, this one, I guess, is just Captain Zack. Yes, it's a superhero theme. There's Captain Zack right there. He will actually, when you shoot it right under him, he will pick up the balls and place it on this upper playfield or this upper playfield. And it goes back and forth between the playfields. But I guess the theme of this game is that you are a superhero, you're rescuing people, you're fighting giant monsters. It's fun to get into. This is not a bad table at all.
The ancient demon returns. This will be the biggest challenge yet.
Let's see what you've got.
And here we got Pool Champion Deluxe. This was, I guess, the 6th one that was released. I got the guy staring you down there in the back glass. But yeah, this one is actually one of the ones that is a little bit difficult to get into, I believe, because of the number of layers and how easy it might be to lose the ball in this one. But to be honest, you know, I did kind of get lost a little bit in this one, but the more I played it, the more I understood where things were going. I mean, even from coming from Steam and playing it on here, you're looking more top down. So it's a little bit harder to sometimes gauge what is higher than the other one. So yeah, and then this one has got the figure here, the pool player, and he'll pick up the ball, and and then you've got this play field up here with the bigger pinball for a timed round to try and gain some extra points over there. So yeah, good fun table.
Hit the flashing spot target.
And the 7th deluxe table is this one right here, House of Diamonds Deluxe. Kind of like a playing card themed table, but yeah, looking at it, we got the castle and everything. So a lot of the modes are based on shuffling decks or cards, or see, we got yeah, modes, and got the castle. The interesting thing about this one is the king here will like put his sword down randomly on these lanes. And if he puts down the sword and it blocks the ball, happens to come back where you've shot the ball, he'll put it up in here, shoot it down, and you've got to try and make these hammers avoid the ball in a way, in a time thing. It'll come over to the jester. The jester will take the ball, and depending on how well you've done here, multi-ball mode, all the balls start up in here, bounce around before they come down here and play it. It's actually pretty fun because it's really funny. Sometimes I play this and not have the king at all catch the ball, and sometimes it'll just happen all the time. But yeah, this is actually a pretty fun table.
time.
Here we got table number 8. This is a Robot Deluxe. I really like this. Might be my favorite back glass out of all of them. Also, the spinning gears and everything on the display here for the score. It's really nice effects. The table itself, oh my, it's got a ton of stuff going on it. There's a lot of gears, a lot of these mechanical arms that'll pick your ball up and move them around. Shooting under the robot himself, you will get up into this upper playfield where you kind of move this paddle to bat the ball around to spell droid. This is a crazy table. I'm not going to say it's one of my favorites, but it's not like I don't like this one either. The problem I have with this table is there's a lot of ball stopping and moving the ball around mechanically. So it's interesting in that respect, but it's hard to get some flow on this table, if you know what I mean. A lot of, going up to different play fields. And I do like the bat a ball thing up here, but oftentimes it'll bounce over to one of these side play fields, which I don't really enjoy as much as the bat a ball thing. But you know what? I could have fun with this table. This is the 9th deluxe table that Magic Pixel came out for Zaccaria Pinball. This is Combat Deluxe. So again, it's more of a war-themed table. You're getting fuel. There's these side play fields again. Again, there's an upper one up here, which I can't remember how to get to. It's happened so rarely for me. But again, yeah, it's an interesting table. Not too much really to say about this one. You do have the officer here. He will pick up the balls and put them away, locking them from multi-ball and such. So, yeah, interesting table. It does have some really, really good music, though. I will say that. Fantastic music in this table. This might have the best music out of all the deluxe tables. And finally, table 10 is Farfalla Deluxe. Came out not too long ago for Steam, but we have it here, and I actually like this table a bit. It's a little bit complicated to get used to. There's a lot of playfields. We got a mini playfield down here, one down here, one over here, one up here. But the whole plot of this table, if you could call it a plot, the theme of this table, Farfalla is actually Italian for butterfly. So there's a lot of collecting butterflies. If you collect the butterflies and throw them up here in the garden, that spot specifically, you could release 5 at a time for bonus points. Shooting the ball over here will let the giant lady here put the ball in this play field where you got the butterfly races. Dropping down all these targets here and hitting that hole will put the ball into one of these play fields. You got the lady and the gent play fields. Knocking all the lights here, you could kind of tell in the middle there's the lady and the man on the bridge. Will advance them towards the middle. When they're both in the middle, I guess that's the main mode then, the wizard mode maybe? I don't know what you want to call it. It hasn't happened very often for me, but that is what you do in this game. So there you go. Those are the 10 deluxe tables that you would get in the deluxe pack. Again, $50. At $5 a table, I think it's a little bit more expensive than if you were just to buy these tables on Steam individually. But again, you are getting them in here. You just download them. You put them on your flash drive there. So you do have to have the flash drive in there. All the Zaccaria tables need to be put on the flash drive. And so really right now, there's only like a couple of things that are in Zaccaria Pinball that are not in the AtGames Legends Pinball. Like the zombie mode isn't in here. That would be nice to see in here. I think the treasure table, but that one doesn't have any flippers, which is why they probably opted not to put it in here. Another thing I wanted to mention is that all the haptics and everything and the nudging work just fine. In fact, I have a problem, and it's my problem, where I'll hit you do have the nudge buttons on the side, but I hit the nudge button so hard that I'm actually nudging the machine twice as hard by doing that. I've tilted a couple times that way. And I forgot to mention it, but when I made my original videos, I was having problems with the Gottlieb tables. The haptics on those were way too off. But there have been firmware updates in this thing, and that problem has been resolved. But yeah, really, really enjoying this thing. I love just, whenever I want to play for a few minutes, I'll come over here, just turn it on, don't need to worry about doing it on my computer or anything, and just having a dedicated machine for, playing these digital pinball things. And yeah, that's really why I got it. And what's funny is I was like, oh, I'll play for 15 minutes, and I wound up playing for an hour. Because it's like, oh, okay, that table was fun. Let's move on to another table. Oh, let's see if I could get a better score to put on the leaderboard. Just having a ball. But I will have another AtGames Legends Pinball in the future when I get that board. And I think it's called Vibs. I'll go into that whenever I do get that, and I can actually play around with it. Until then, we'll see you next time. Bye.